Salutations! Welcome to another exciting episode of ARTiculation Radio. I am your hostess, the eternally grateful Goddess Sage. You know how we do things here at ARTiculation Radio. We will kick off the top of the day's episode by taking a quick glance at the news headlines. And today's news segment is sponsored by bepublished.org.
Here are three of the headlines I saw today, Friday, May 1st, 2020, when visiting EliteValuesNews.com. Art Beyond the Glass presents Sipping at Home today at noon via DoLA.com. The Palmer Legacy accepts final scholarship applications from graduating seniors from high school and college institutions tonight at 10 p.m. via the website staytunedllc.webs.com. And Arthur Malia Taye Maljaza announces her 46th and 47th books will be released simultaneously on May 21st, 2020. Those are three of the headlines I saw today when visiting EliteValuesNews.com. I am Joaquin Mann reporting, and I urge you to check out the headlines daily as well as throughout the day because, as you know, news constantly happens because the world constantly changes. So our headlines change as well. Check them out on the Hour.
Looking to get the latest news? Visit Elite Values. EliteValuesNews.com has all the latest news and information. Check out the headlines daily. EliteValuesNews.com for all of your latest news.
Do you want to be published? Are you looking for a high-quality, low-cost way to be published with a fast turnaround? Visit bepublished.org to publish today. www.bepublished.org. bepublished.org. Publish today. Books, movies, and music.
Listeners, we love you, we hear you, and I am definitely glad to be here with you today on another fresh episode of ARTiculation Radio. Of course, we have for you in store a lot of great music as well as an interview with an author, the author of, I'm not going to even tell you. You know how I like to do you. I'll tell you after I play this song for you. How about that?
Too black, too strong, too strong.
Many ignore my calling, but me the most. Some others false prophesize just to brag or boast that they know the word, or have even had images in their head of what the end of time is like. Focus, for the end of time has not yet to begin, but when the world becomes peaceful, then you are to fear, my friends. And it's like that. Yeah, it's like that. They thought I couldn't do it. Well, I'm back again. Break it down, twist it up, and blow it in the wind. Lean back to the side, and let your seats recline. I'm about to give you this dope dish to ease your mind. A monster was made of me, to one day have the wisdom to defeat the evil beast. And it looks nothing like me. A enhancement of enchanting beauty, a real queen who stands before thee, conquering all emotional thoughts through my tears. For those who ever marked me shall bow at my feet. And to you that may seem speechless to expose your feelings towards me, your mouths will be made open to prove you never doubted me, but was just unsure of my worth. Guidance of your heart will soon be mine, and I am then made to say that I am truly one of a kind. You snakes in sheep's clothing, beware, for I call and hunt you out in despair, that you have defiled me as your queen, and now you are made a disbeliever that is unprepared for focus. Truth spoken, I am she that lies beneath her lyrics. Born ahead of the game, proclaim my fame, ever spoke my name in destroyable blame. What a shame that you now have to catch up just to stay focused. Crown me, how dare you disbelieve in your queen.
You have a product, let them help you increase sales. You have a video, let them help you make it go viral. Peoplewarmers.com, PeopleWarmers.com.
ArtistReview.com. All artists need a platform. The Artist Review makes sure you have the one you need to put your work in front of your fans. ArtistReview.com. Artist, REVUE.com. From arranging art exhibitions to musical performances to radio interviews to so much more, the Artist Review helps your work get seen. ArtistRevue.com. ArtistReview.com.
Well, yeah, you're loving her. Give it to me, babe. Yeah. Wish I knew why I'm so in love with you. No one else in this world will do. Darling, please save your love for me. Run away. If I were wise, I'd run away. But like a fool in love, I stay. save your love for me. I can feel it, even when you're not here. I can't conceal it. I really love you, my dear, and although no good can come from loving you, I can't do a thing. Oh, I'm so in love with you. So, darling, help me, please. Have mercy on a fool like me. I know I'm lost, but still I see. Darling, please save your love for me. I can feel it, even when you're not here. I can't conceal it. I really love you, my dear, and although no good can come from loving you, I can't do a thing. Oh, I'm so in love with you. So, darling, help me, please. Have mercy on a fool like me, please. I know I'm lost, but still I see. Darling, please save your love for me.
Are you single and seeking a lifestyle club that's centered around you? Go to sittingroom.xyz.
That was Save Your Love for Me by yours truly, Goddess Sage. And as you know, we kicked off the top of today's episode of Articulation Radio with Disbelievers by Queen Focus, also known as Miss Kiki. Now, on today's episode of Articulation Radio, our topic is held back and breaking free. And we also have an interview. I will be interviewing the author, Latisha A. Jefferson. She has released her third work. Now, she is a poet who has just recently started, I would say, venturing into prose. And I guess I can't really say venture into, because like her first work was poetry, like nothing but poetry. Her second work was poetry with a little prose, and her third work is just prose. And so I guess her second work was kind of that venture. You know, you see where I was going with that. But anyway, the topic, held back and breaking free, and it kind of fits in with the journey that, as you know, this author has taken. But when you consider the fact that here is an author who, like everyone, you know, everyone has something that can be considered a disability, a hardship. We also all know that we all experience, well, maybe I guess I shouldn't say all, because some people really do have it to where life is easy for them. But for most people, or for those of us who know the struggle of having to literally all day, every day, you have to fight for your happiness and struggle to maintain your happiness, because things are constantly coming up against you, no matter how good you are to other people, no matter what you do. And it started even when you were a kid, how, yeah, you always knew you were picked out to be picked on no matter what. But to still be able to persevere, and even despite the things people will do to hold you back or to limit you, you still make it a point to push through. That is what this episode celebrates. And I want you to just stop and think, you know, even if you are one of those people who have been blessed to have never really had a hard life, you know, where everything, because there are a number of people I know personally that are like that, where they literally, like, everything, their whole life has always just been handed to them on a silver platter. They didn't have to worry about a thing, didn't have to lift a finger, like, and even literally, as I say that, I think of one person in particular. Fingernails are as long, natural fingernails are long, and that lets you know when you see a woman whose natural fingernails are real, real long, that lets you know, baby, she ain't doing no work with them hands. Not at all. Not at all. But anyway, very well kept. But, life has always provided for her like that and for other people like that. I even know a gentleman who literally, everything was easy for him and things were handed to him. Even, I would say pretty much houses when people died. And he never even had his own apartment. So you all kind of see where I'm going with this, right? So, but there are some people that are intentionally held back by life. Some would say it's because of the greatness and the forces of evil know that these people will do right. Others say it's because, because they're not ready, they won't do right. And of course, we all know that the latter is definitely not true. So the former is more accurate, because with the latter, we know plenty of people who have, and they definitely don't do right. So we know doing right is not the criteria for having right done to you. So, or even receiving your just dues or the things that you really deserve or work hard for. But the good thing is even if people are intentionally holding you back, you know the ways that they are. So we each have to devise ways that we're able to break free. And only you know what it is that people are doing to hold you back. Only you know how you're being restricted. And only you can determine the best course of action for you to break free. But the key is, like with any goal, it has to be something that is attainable. Okay. And something that is measurable. And as well as something that once you achieve it, you celebrate that. So once you decide what it is that you know you really can do and are willing to do in order to break free, baby, do that. And that way, and even once you decide it, honestly, no one at that point is holding you back other than you and your own will. So in any situation, really, at the end of the day that we find ourselves in, it's always up to us to always break free from whatever it is we're going through, whether it's monotony, whether it's melancholy, whether it's frustration, anything that depression, any situation that we're going through. It's addiction. It's up to us to break ourselves free from that. Even if it's just being selfish, whatever it is, constantly walking around and expecting things from people that you're not willing to give them. Even that, break away from that, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and jump off this horse because we have plenty of time, because that we need to be devoting to this interview because it's going to be good, y'all. So, of course, up next for you, I'm going to go ahead and play Most.
Would you like for a motivational speaker to come to your company or organization to speak to your group? Visit lifespurposeministries.com.
You are listening to Articulation Radio. Head on over to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts.
Phone lines are open right now at Articulation Radio. Call 312-899-6237. That's 312-899-6237.
Want to buy stocks, jewels, real estate, or other high-end items? Would you love to be able to contribute to charitable initiatives but cannot do these things with the money you currently have? Join Regal City Investment and Social Club, where you can pool money each month with other investors to make major purchases, give to the needy, and possibly turn a profit. www.regalcity.xyz.
You just heard Call Me by Most Stacks.
Have you always wanted to start a business but can't seem to get it off the ground? Call 972-880-8316 for your free initial consultation with a representative from The Conglomerate, or visit theconglomerate.work today to book your consultation in person. Theconglomerate.work, theconglomerate.work, theconglomerate.work. Call 972-880-8316 to start your new business today. Articulation Radio is pleased to welcome back the author Latisha A. Jefferson. And, of course, as you all know, like I told you before, we have Tisha back to talk about her third book. What a day, what a day. Latisha Jefferson, are you on this line?
Yes, I am on the line. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. And, of course, for those of you who have just tuned in, of course, you are listening to Articulation Radio. My name is Goddess Sage, and I am interviewing the author Latisha A. Jefferson. Head on over right now to her website, LatishaJefferson.webs.com. That's LatishaJefferson.webs.com, so that you can be sure to grab up not only this book here, her third book, What a Day, What a Day, but you can also grab up her first two books. And we're going to go ahead and dive into it. Latisha, tell them about your first book and how much it cost, the title of it, what kind of book it is, and how much it costs, as well as the same about your second book, and then go ahead and start telling us about your third.
Okay, well, the first book I written was The Artistic Sketch of Me. It is a paperback book. It is a paperback book of poetry that I have been writing when I first started writing, and I just put it up into a book. It's $14.95. You can find it on Amazon or anywhere else. Which is my second book, which is This Kindred Heart of Mine. It's also a poetry book, and it talks about my feelings and talks about, everything else, and to help everybody else. That book is $14.95. It is also a paper book. Okay, paperback book. And my third book is What a Day, What a Day. It is also a paperback book. It is $10.95. And this could be, both of those books, all three of those books can be found on Amazon or anywhere else. And also, What a Day, What a Day, it reflects on my life, and it only took me like a day to write that book, because as I was writing it, as I was going by the weekly, I wrote about everything throughout the week. So that's how What a Day had come about.
Oh, okay. So the What a Day is pretty much how I would say a lot culminated into that day, because you pretty much were recapping your whole week within that one day to write the book within the one day, and that's why that day was like, what a day, what a day.
Exactly.
Okay, all right, I get it. Yeah, that sounds like a what a day, because I'm sure some of the listeners are like, wait a minute. So you wrote a whole book in one day, and that whole book was about stuff you went through that whole week, and it's like, wait a minute, so that's what a day. And now, let me ask you, for people who are like, well, it's easy for her to do books, and that's why she can do the poetry book and the prose books. Is it easy for you to do books? And even if it is easy for you to write, let them know what is your process, or if it's difficult, let them know still what is your process.
The most hardest book I've ever written was the What a Day book, because it's a prose book. And that was my first time ever writing a prose book. Now, it's easy to me to write poetry because I've been doing poetry I can say all my life. But ever since, I've been learning how to write or whatever. Poetry's been in me for a minute, and every time I write poetry, I had a whole lot of poetry one time, but I lost it and started back to just writing it, and that's when I started to write poetry again. And I had a best friend of mine named Mary Jefferson to, comfort me into writing the book or whatever.
Okay, and that was, so you were first doing poetry, and what made the prose hard? Because I know you said the poetry has been easy for you because, of course, you always naturally would write poetry. What made the prose hard? Other than I know, it was your first time doing it, but what about the first time made it difficult?
Because I tried to get everything correctly done and tried to get it to where when everybody read it, they could put themselves in, my shoes, and I have to make sure everything was perfectly done in that book. Because, like I said, it's my first prose book, and I just want everybody to actually read it and love it.
Okay. Was it, and for some people listening, I know some are like, well, wouldn't you want the same for your poetry, or wouldn't you want people to kind of see themselves into it? And I can say, being a creative body myself, that I can see what you're saying as far as the difference. Something that naturally comes out of you, you don't have to intentionally try to make sure people can relate to it. You know that they can relate to it and see themselves in it, because instantly you can feel it. But things that it's your first time and you're not really sure and you don't even think you can even do it right, it's like, because you have to work to make it to where it's something you like, and that's why you would think, okay, would others be able to enter into this work? Is this something that so I definitely understand what you mean. But for those people who are listening, how would you kind of help them, for those who are not creative at all, who can't really understand what it's like? What period of life or even of educational stages would you kind of equate this to? Would you say to them it would be like the difference between doing something they like and then being told to suddenly do a science project, or doing something they like and then suddenly being told they got to write this essay? What would you say to kind of help them see the pressure that it is as far as the difference?
But basically, I say if it's poetry, if it's like poetry, you write poetry, do stuff that you like to do, not that you were forced to do. Do stuff that you would like to do. Like, me personally, I have kids now that I'm teaching how to write poetry, because I had this one baby say she wanted to be just like me when she grow up. So therefore, I'm teaching. Yeah, I know, right? Therefore, I'm teaching her how to write poetry also. I think I told her poetry, it don't have to be rhyming. It could be just something that's coming from out of your head,
Right.
And lately, the little, I'll say, quote-unquote class that I have going on, they'll do it very good at writing it. They always bring me the poetry so they can read it, so I can read it. And as a matter of fact, I'm thinking that...
Oh, no, go ahead.
I'm sorry. But as a matter of fact, I'm thinking that my next poetry book is going to be a kid's poetry book, but it's going to be some of their poetry in it.
Oh, very good. And, of course, in that, you kind of foreshadowed one of my questions that I had, but I'm going to come back to that. But real quick, what are the ages of the students that you are currently teaching to write poetry? And, of course, what are the age groups of those that you are willing to work with in the future? And I'm guessing that people can just go to your website in order to sign up for your child or to contact you to see about the fees and everything for it.
I literally have a 4-year-old now that's learning how to write. And
okay.
She's learning how to write, and she does. She says her poetry. She don't write it, but
okay, and you write it down for her. She say it, and you write it. That's sweet.
So my thing is right now working from ages 4 to 12. Okay. Yeah, the oldest is 12. But if anybody wants to learn, it's as of any age, I will teach them.
And tell them your website again, so that way they can head on over.
And my website is LatishaJefferson.web.com. That is LatishaJefferson.webs.com.
Very good. And, of course, now back to that question that I told you that you kind of foreshadowed a bit. Now, and this will be my next to the last question. Now, tell us about any of the upcoming projects that you have going on. And I know that you had mentioned that you next want to do a children's book.
Yes, I want to do a children's book. But this is going to be like one of those books that I didn't write. It's going to be a book to where the kids themselves wrote, so I can show them that they can do it. It's going to be like, when the kids write poetry, I want to keep their poetry and put it, into a book so that I can show them that they can do exactly what I do. If they don't have to go up to be just like me, they can do it right now.
Right, and do it themselves. And now, do you have kids that are going to draw, or are you going to include, like, drawings that the kids make themselves as they do their poetry?
I have my, it's a little baby girl that knows how to draw. It's a little baby girl that knows how to draw, and I think I want to do that. I'm sorry, my children had just come upstairs.
Yeah, well, I think that is an excellent idea, and I'm sure that the listeners are like, wow, that's a project I've never heard of before, a book that includes poetry and drawings by little kids, and it's like, wow, that is different, and that's definitely an exciting work, that's an inspiring work, truly a motivational work, and I think that it's something that people of all ages will support and all backgrounds will support because of the fact that here it is, like you said, being able to show these children that while, yes, it's great to look up to others, but it's even better to realize that you are able to do these very things too, and we will help you. And I think that that's a wonderful gesture and a wonderful offering, and definitely a great motivator for them. Now, and we welcome you back, and we look forward to you coming back to Articulation Radio at any time that you want to, Ms. Latisha Jefferson. And
thank you.
You're welcome. Let me ask you one last thing before I let you go. What is there that you have not had the chance to say to the listeners that you would like to be sure that they know, and that if nothing else, you want them to remember this?
If nothing else, that I want everybody to remember, you can do all things if you put your mind to it. Anything you want to do, just put your mind to it and stick to it. Never give up.
Yes. Well, people, you heard it from the author, Latisha Jefferson, and she's somebody who knows about never giving up because, remember, people, she has 3 books out. Her first book of poetry came out about 10 years ago or so, and then her second book of poetry came out last year, and then this year she has released her first book of prose. She's someone who knows about taking a chance, stepping out on faith, and of course rising to the challenge that you give yourself. So people, whatever it is you want to do, whatever challenges you are facing, know that if you face them, you will be able to overcome them, and you will be on the other side, and you'll be up on the top. Because as we know, cream rises to the top, and you are among the best of the best. So head on over. Be sure that you arm yourself with that information that is in not only her latest book, What a Day, but all of that wonderful poetry that Latisha Jefferson offers in her books, The Artistic Sketch of Me, and what is your second book? Oh, This Kindred Heart of Mine.
Yeah, This Kindred Heart of Mine.
Yeah, so people head on over, get The Artistic Sketch of Me, This Kindred Heart of Mine, and What a Day by Latisha Jefferson at her website, LatishaJefferson.web.com. Latisha, thanks again for joining us here on Articulation Radio. We love you, and we'll be seeing you again soon.
Well, thank you, and I love you guys too.
Do you frequently shop online and you're looking for a new place to shop? Join the club, JeffersonTaylor.club, where models, designers, inventors, and other creators offer customers the best products at fair prices. Jefferson Taylor, JeffersonTaylor.club. Join the club. Shop today, JeffersonTaylor.club.
Articulation Radio, thanks you so much for listening. So head on over right now to articulationmedia.club and let us know your thoughts on today's episode. In the meantime, we're going to keep the show rolling for you.
Up next is Ethereal Garden by 96, and that will be followed by This Love of Mine by L.M. Styles.
Weddings are expensive, but your love is worth it. Go to marryusnow.us to book the Minister of Love to officiate your wedding today. The fee is only $200 if your wedding is in the city of Chicago, and there's only a small fee to get the Minister of Love to travel outside of Chicago to your wedding location. Book the Minister of Love today. Visit marryusnow.us. That's marryusnow.us.
PeopleWarmer.com. Book your travel today. PeopleWarmer.com for wherever you want to stay. PeopleWarmer.com, wherever you want to play. PeopleWarmer.com. Go see a concert today. PeopleWarmer.com. Book everything you need. PeopleWarmer.com. Go ahead. Please, please.
That told me, don't sit here waiting for a sign. words can say. Yeah, baby, reaching everywhere. There is nothing I can do. Take this love, throw it back to you. This love of mine, this love of mine. Come sing with me now, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. This love of mine. Smile you keep hiding. I think I'm doing good so far. So I keep on trying. I just wanna be where you are. 'Cause I love you more than words can say. Yeah, baby, reaching everywhere. There is nothing I can do to take this love and throw it back to you. This love of mine. This love of mine. This love of mine. Come, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. This love of mine. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This love of mine.
If you're looking for ghostwriters, grant writers, technical writers, any kind of writers, go to the Writers Consortium. Their website is maryjefferson.us, MaryJefferson.us, the Writers Consortium, for all of your writing needs, proposals, grants, academic papers, whatever it is you dream of, ghostwriting. The Writers Consortium can help you achieve your goals.
Oh, now we are down to the part of the show that I hate. Oh, I actually cringe at this part. Can you, see me grimacing right now? Ugh. But, of course, you know what this is. This is the close of today's episode of Articulation Radio. I, Goddess Sage, as well as the rest of the staff here, thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. We encourage you to go to articulationmedia.club. Let us know what you think about today's episode as well as past episodes. And while you are there, be sure to ensure your music, your ads, and even your sponsorship of an episode are taken care of before you leave that site. So go to articulationmedia.club right now. Let us know what you think about the episodes. Listen to past episodes. Re-listen to this episode. And make sure that your music and ads are played on upcoming episodes of Articulation Radio. We so thank you. I love you. I look forward to seeing you soon, hearing from you soon, and most importantly, celebrating you soon. In the meantime, keep being a doer, keep being a move maker, and keep making things pop.
Articulation. Articulation Radio.
How long have you been sitting on that manuscript? It's time to move it forward. Stop talking. BePublished.org. 972-880-8316.
Articulation Radio.